It's one step at a time, but it has turned this place tremendously.
What do you want your life to be? What is your life after school? And how will you fit in the outside community?
Some of those who are sponsored have been able to be in school because of that sponsorship, to prepare our boys for life. So my name is Catherine Mutua, and I'm the principal of Holy Ghost Schools Makweli, that is in Machakos diocese. And when it comes to development, we have seen that when we came to this school, we actually did not have offices to work in. We began with a structure that was iron sheet.
My name is Michael Manyonge. I'm a student chair in Holy Ghost, and I'm in Form 4, my last form. And for all these years, for the coming 3 years or 4 years, there have been a lot of change: classes, chapel, domes, old dome, new dome, the corner house, and the dormitories opened lately, plus this administration block.
My name is Major Retired Gabriel Karige. I am a military officer and I'm an engineer by profession, civil engineer by profession. The Blackrock, for the time they have been here since the year 2014, they have done a lot of work for this country, especially as far as this school, the Holy Ghost School is concerned.
I'm Niall O'Sullivan. I was chairman of the fundraising committee for Machakos for 2018, and I also led the trip to Machakos in July. I'd heard that some really kind of good, inventive people were building a school in Kenya. It tweaked my interest because I thought it was a very good project and a very good thing for the school to be involved in, but I didn't know an awful lot beyond that. What surprised me was how advanced it was in such a short period of time, and how much they had managed to get done in such a remote area with relatively little money, with very little money. And to build something like that in such a short period of time is quite extraordinary.
Hi, I'm Ross Phelan. I was on the Machakos trip in 2018. I think the first year that I went out was 2011. I think that was only just like a barren field. And now you go there as a full school. You spend your 6 years in the college and you hear about it all. You do hear about it and you do the fundraising, but you don't really know what's going on.
My goal for the Irish Volunteers 2018 group was to make sure that I give them as much work as possible for those 10 days. This involved the construction of the 4 classrooms, extension 4 classrooms, and the paving of the school parade ground and the way leading to the hallway. They have saved more than 50,000 euros on this work here. Because this work, if it was going to be done by a contractor, it would have costed double what it has costed now.
The main goal, our main building goal when we were in the school was we were laying out a path, so we were just paving bricks. So originally started we were shoveling gravel down, flattening that out. Then we were laying bricks. That felt like it took half a year, but it was definitely worth it. And then there was other bits we did in the school, there was a lot of painting we did, sanding of interior walls and exterior walls, and then a group of 6 lads actually laid the entire roof on one building, which is quite cool.
I was wondering actually if somebody has trained you to lay the cabros, and somebody told me that nobody has trained you on this. Yeah, and I would look at that, and that is why today we have decided to collect. I have decided to call the 2 female teachers to join me and help in the construction, because some of these things I have not done them before, but I would want to see how are you doing it so that we can also apply that. Let's come together. We can put this construction up together.
Our entire group and the entire school group and all the teaching staff, and we're moving bricks back and forth. I just thought that was really powerful, and we ate through the work, but it wasn't really the work we were doing. I just thought the whole how it felt, it was unbelievable. Yeah, you could see everyone was getting on, and there was a lot of days where you'd be walking around and you catch a bunch of lads around the corner from Blackrock chatting to a bunch of lads in Holy Ghost.
That areas, but I think there was a very strong interest in getting to know each other and getting to understand what their different lives are like. They're obviously the level of differences between, you know, us in this developed world versus what they have to face is very challenging.
In Holy Ghost schools, you can get to see life comes in a different perspective, and even if you're coming from that poor background, you get to understand, like, when you interact with different people from different places, like even from Blackrock, at least have that mentality that indeed, even if from that poor in our family, interacting with these kind of guys makes me equal with them.
Is everything really. You can give money, but, you know, literally the education is going to be the root out. You know, so if you look at, you know, the history of any kind of developing society, education has been at its core. And, you know, going back to what Blackrock was all about, is about giving a really good education to Ireland back in the 1860s.
We also say that last year, which was our first trial in the final exam, in the national exams, then we had 48 candidates, and they did very well. We have more than half of them who qualified for degree courses, and all the others have qualified for diploma courses and other courses in the universities and colleges of Kenya.
I want to study political science. I just feel like there's something that needs to be done out of this. We need to have a change. We need to have something else apart from this. Mostly like there is a situation in our country, politics, and I'd like to come and change some things. Like, most of our people are not beneficiaries of what they are funding. I'm doing this for the coming generation, and I feel like, no, if this can begin with me, I can change the situation in our country.
This place has become a place of expertise and a place of people. When they are by the main road, Mombasa and Nairobi road, they wonder what sort of a school is this.
To prepare our boys for life, it's this: we want to make our school not just academic. Well, first to make sure that they know how to interact well with others, as brothers and sisters, know how to pray, also know to help others, to be self-dependent.
What is it that you can do better? What is it? If you can play football, you have that time to play, and that time to at least get to venture in your skill and get prepared for the outside life. So for me, Holy Ghost is really preparing me for life, and I know, and I truly believe that after high school I'll be very prepared to fit in the outside society.
I think the annual school aims to prepare kids for life. I think if they don't have the education, they won't be prepared for life. But I think the rounded education in Kenya that the school is offering is a massive start. But the aims are good. Does a kid come out of Kenya prepared for life in Kenya? They still have a lot of challenges ahead of them.
I think they're getting taught, like, in the classroom academically really well, but it was clear from everything else we did outside the classroom with them, that's the kind of the values that are being instilled in them as young men. Like, they definitely go as boys but leave as men. That when they leave, they're not just educated, they've got a full education. I think it's very similar to what we get in Blackrock.
I'm really kind of delighted to see that the money was been well spent, and that was huge for me. And I think that in a way then presents an opportunity in that we can do an awful lot more. It's not all literature, reading, and your strong education, but technical tools or technical trades that are going to be very important for the local community. So that's kind of the next step. I personally, given where we are now, I think the technical and the technology side is going to be really important. We're speaking about getting things like Wi-Fi properly for the school, and really kind of, is there a way of getting the school nearly to skip a generation from a technology perspective? But that's a personal thing.
We've realized that so many of our boys have a lot of interest when it comes to computer knowledge. And at the moment we have some computers, yes, but we've realized that they are not enough, and some of them are not in good condition. At the moment, we are struggling because we do not have a library. So they do not have time to go and sit in the library. So it's our hope that in the near future, if we can have a library, which is a modern library, where students can go for research and many other their own studies.
Like technology college, so getting more like kind of practical skills, that's definitely be beneficial. And definitely, I think computer lab will be worthwhile for the lads, because those lads are going to go into great jobs, and they're a real high level of education they're getting there, so they definitely need to be able to use and, you know, be able to work off computers. I think that's definitely important, but maybe fix up the teacher accommodation though. That was the one building that I thought looked a bit run down, but bar that it was top.
In our school, like we're having a shortage of a library. I think it will be okay. We get that resource like a library. We have somewhere to go to dig in for further studies. After we go to class, you can go somewhere and get some more information.
€750 to sponsor a kid to go to Holy Ghost for an entire year. That's like full boarding, all his meals. If you think about all the little donations to make here and there throughout the year to charity, it probably add up to €750, maybe more. It's not just their parents that are paying through, it's like their aunts, their uncles, their grandparents, and they're all like squandering together whatever, how many Kenyan shillings they can get their hands on to make sure that one kid goes through to school.
We have, at the moment, we have 250 boys in school. We have quite a number who have been sponsored through the people, our friends from Blackrock and from some other places. And some of those who are sponsored have been able to be in school because of that sponsorship.
This means a lot to the poor people of this nation, but through that sacrifice, it makes a huge difference.
But you know, we could accelerate so much more if we quickly with more funds if we could be available, and equal to guarantee that the funds we got this year will be kind of committed to the school for the next few years at least.
On behalf of like most of the school, I'm the students who I'm representing. It's just like, I just want to say thank you, because with the program you are getting, the help you're getting from you, like what you're doing here creates something in your mind that makes you feel that at least in this world there's a room for equality. I may not let down my school because you are doing a good job. Now the part depends on you.